Let's analyze together the company NIO.
Let's see what's going on. First of all, remember to read the disclaimer right here and also in the description below. While we're recording the video, plus 5%, very interesting movement. As we were talking in previous videos, look at that. We had these candles right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 consecutive days in the red territory with a gap to the downside. And this is something that many investors were waiting for because some people are bullish in NIO, others are not. But they were waiting for something like this because the carnage was huge. We're talking about a drop since the last movement to the upper part of more than 40% to the lower side since the 7.70 more or less until the current prices of $4, and right now we are talking about a drop of minus 38% more or less. So very interesting this last price action. Why could have it occurred? We have this A pattern right here, letter A, or Christmas tree pattern right here. So maybe this is the retest of this previous level. We don't know it. It was just like a fun drawing right there. So how do you see the situation fundamentally, technically? Let us know in the comments below.
Oh, very surprising, because this pattern bring me back memories, to the same pattern that was experienced for the long term, Here is like a daily chart. We're talking about, in my case, weekly chart of was the company Carvana and PayPal. Two companies that experience like a weekly chart, Christmas tree pattern, completely insane. Right now, here it's happening in days. It's happening in days, so it's completely nuts. But don't forget the perspective. It's like during this downturn, there's still some rebounds, but not strong enough to think that it could go up above $6, I guess.
How do you see the situation, guys? I'm very interested always in knowing your opinion. Do you think like I have the Christmas tree right here, as we mentioned? It's very similar indeed. If you take a look, it's like a complete triangle, and we even have like some patterns, in the left side and in the right side with this kind of spikes. The thing is, do you think this pattern will be completed to the lower side and maybe getting more strength right here? Maybe we see a breakout of this level also, if you think that, or maybe we start to see higher prices from here and this was just like a correction or a retracement from this previous leg to the upside, and maybe this it was waiting to get more strength, as we saw here. This bounce that happened during October of this year, we had two consecutive days in the green with good volume, but the price got rejected very strongly at this area of $6, and from there, with this retest right here and the breakout from the lower support side, we've entered into this kind of movement to the lower side. The thing is, right now the situation has changed, at least from the perspective of the short time frame. So we will see if it continues or not. Let us know in the comments below, up or down from here, and the reasons behind it. Why do you think that? Let us know.
Let's see the seasonals, Enrique, because right now we have more than 5 years of trading activity in this stock, and the thing here is like go to percentage. Actually, look at 2020; it was
Yeah.
completely insane. You cannot see anything else when you see 2020. So probably this is one of the things that people like NIO, because the possibility of experiencing like a huge uptrend. Remember, guys, that you invest in the S&P 500, you can get like up to 80%. I don't know, 50% in a year, but not definitely more than 1,000%.
Yeah, we have to remember, like in 2020, the price at the start of the year was more or less around $3, something like that, $4, if I'm not mistaken. And at the end of the year, it was $48, almost 50. That's why the percentage, was huge. And right now in 2024, right now it's 4.70. So we would be talking about more than 1,000% per 10 trade right there if the price reached again that highest levels. It could happen. It could happen, or it no. It's possible and it isn't possible. I don't know how to exactly say it.
Everything is
The
possible in
possibility,
this stock. I
yeah,
mean,
exactly.
but
The
obviously,
possibility is there, but also the other side, like the possibility for the stock to go even lower, is also true. Both scenarios, like the reward and the risk.
yeah, the problem maybe here is like the fundamentals, because there is hype. There is definitely hype. Otherwise, you wouldn't see like such percentages in a year. But obviously, at the same time, the fundamentals are not good. And we have negative numbers. It's a Chinese company there is a lot of EV competition, especially right now. And this is probably one of the reasons the stock is underperforming in that sense. So we have this conflict conflict
Mhm.
between hype and fundamentals. And with this stock.
The interesting thing with this chart right here, the seasonal chart with the year-to-date percentages from 2019 till today, it's like the only positive year. 2024 isn't. We have to wait for the end of November and December. But the thing is, like 1,000% even more in 2020. But the rest were all in negative. The
Wow.
best one was 2023 with -6% more or less, and then we have the worst one, 2022, with -71%. So this is a very interesting perspective. That's why we like to see this chart also. I think it's a very interesting information, and we always say that in trading many times what is important is when you enter and when you exit, because some people may be right and end up losing money, and some people are not right and end up winning money. But the thing is, like in the long term, those who end up being profitable, in my opinion, are those who have the probabilities on their side and not the opposite.
Yeah, and the thing, to add some like the last thought about this one, when we talk about the net income, probably if they improve those numbers in terms of net income, that could improve the price action. And look at what happened back in 2020. The best rally
Mhm.
ever in this stock was at the same time when we had the numbers, the net income improving every quarter. Which is it didn't
Mhm.
happen again.
Yeah, in this chart, in some stocks you don't see this correlation as clear, but here it's true. Like 2009, 18, sorry, 19, then 2020, and even the start of 2021, those results were improving, and the chart was skyrocketing. And from there, it's like a very bad results with that crash. Then the results improved a lot. We had a spike, and then it's a good correlation. We can clearly see from the price and the net income indicator right there. And right now, it is improving a little bit, but maybe it's like the hype isn't the same. There is more competition in this market, so we don't have exactly all the information. Of course, this is something that we could see this correlation in the past. So my question for you: do you think the net income will change for this company? We have the earnings according to this data very soon, this Wednesday, the 20th of
Mm-hmm.
November. So we will keep you updated when they release them. And if you have more information about it, or a different opinion, or a different idea, please share it with us below, as we always like to read all of it and learn together.
Another important fact, Enrique, this is very surprising. It's like look at what happened back in 2019. Yeah, at that time we had a negative net income of around like minus a 485. That's one of the quarters, minus 500 every quarter. And
Mhm.
that the price action at that time, it was like between $5 and wow, $1.40. And right now it's completely different because the losses are huge in comparison. We have losses of almost minus 900 million. Even though it's happening, the price action is above $3, and that's very surprising thing because at that time, at the beginning, in 2019, it was way worse. The price action, even though the results weren't as bad as it is today.
Very interesting data right there. So let us know in the comments your opinion. To end, let's go to the weekly time frame to see a bigger picture, of this stock, how it started with that downside movement, then the skyrocket movement, and then this last trend, we could say, or parallel channel. Let me draw it very, very fast. That we are trading in right now, going to the lower side today to the upper part. So, question for you: how do you think this channel will end? Going to the lower side to the upper part. How do you see NIO for the end of this year, 2024, with these next results, and then 2025, this decade, and even longer time frames? Let us know below your opinion. Let's go, Trinity Honest Traders. Happy to have you with us. Let's go.
Thank you very much, guys, and see you in the next video. Oh yeah.